Yeah, we in here with my phone on do not disturb, so I won't be disturbed, child. That's if that's possible. There we go. So won't nobody disturb me while I'm on here. Cause I'm not gonna be on here for a long period of time, you know what I mean? Cause I'm going live straight from my phone. We're going live straight from the phone right now. So um, we're not gonna be on here long. I'm treating this like it's an Instagram live, to be quite honest. Excuse me. But anyways, I'm gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the interview last night. And this probably gonna be my last time talking about it, to be honest. So if you're in the chat, make yourself be known and all that other shit. Cause we're gonna be on here for about 10, 15 minutes. We ain't gonna be on here long. So first things first. First things first. Let me just say this. Shout outs to Millie Chun and shout outs to like Chef Dun Dun for covering the interview last night. Well, they've been covering it. Well, Chef Dun Dun covered it last night, and I know Millie Chun covered it today. Y'all know I don't really have no issues with nobody covering my interviews or whatever. Like, do what you do. Just give me the credit. I don't give a fuck. Cover them. I don't care. But let me just say this, y'all. Um, let me just go ahead on the record and say that I've been looking at everybody's commentary about the interview and things like that. And it's been pretty positive, but here's the thing. I think it was probably Millie Chan's um comments. For the most part, it's been very positive. I can say that. For us, as far as me, T and JoJo, it's been very positive for the most part, right? But then there's some people that really want to blame us for the way the interview went. And let me just tell y'all this. We did our we did our job. Let's be clear. We did our jobs as the interviewers. We did our jobs. We made her feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We made her we asked her all the questions that everybody wanted us to ask. We tried to get to the bottom of a lot of things, and that's what we were supposed to do. Um, I didn't block nobody from my chat. Let's be clear also. I didn't block nobody from my chat. I can't even block nobody from StreamYard. Whenever I'm live, I allow my mods to handle the situation. So therefore, I didn't block anybody. I didn't time nobody out. If my moderators felt like you were disrespectful to me, T, JoJo, or the guests, they timed your ass out. You know what I mean? That's just it. I didn't take out the time. When I'm live, I'm never blocking anybody. I let my mods do that because I'm on StreamYard. So while I'm on StreamYard, I really can't block nobody unless I'm going to my phone and then I do it myself. You feel what I'm saying? What's up, butterfly? I do it myself, right? So, y'all gotta understand. We asked like before the interview, and the interview actually the way that it flowed, it's funny how the interview flowed the way that it did because we really came together 30 minutes before that interview and really came and said what we gonna do, what questions we were gonna ask, because we really didn't have, because I had been busy, JoJo had been busy, T had been busy, so we didn't really have no time to really run through no questions, but we really got together like about 30 to 45 minutes before that interview. We all deliberated. We talked about everything that we wanted to talk about. JoJo wrote down every single question that we came up with. He assigned the questions for each one of us, and that's how it came about. Right? Right. Now we had 900 people in there watching that interview, which was a blessing. We had 900 people watching that interview. So I'm very, very ecstatic about the way that it came about. Because I wasn't even expecting 300 people to watch it, let alone 900. Let's be clear. Number two, number three, um, we can't make Latrice be accountable for anything. And it just goes back to the fact that I already knew what was gonna go down because of the fact that people know my connection to her because I knew her before the show. So people, Scotty ain't gonna hold, because I can't wait till one of y'all. I can't wait till it's a certain person. They comment on my shit all the time, and I can't wait till you come back so I can call you out. I can't wait till you come back and comment because you called me fake in another person's comment section over this interview. So I can't wait till I see you again. However, however, um, we tried. And I know I did. And the thing is, by the way, the Ooh Ladies First panel, they talked about the interview last night because they were all in the chat last night. So another thing too, we can't make nobody hold themselves accountable. We opened the door for her to fix this because she knows that she's under fire. She knows that she's not necessarily the favorite out of this bunch right now. Akeisha is looking better in this situation. And when we talked about this interview, I told her everything that we was gonna ask her. She was willing to answer any question that we threw at her. And me and her talked about it 2 days before the interview, and I told T and JoJo, okay, she's willing to talk about just about everything. So whatever. And we came up with what we was gonna talk about. So I will say that for me, I left the interview not feeling good about it because I thought that because I already felt like if this interview don't go the way that I really wanted to, they're going to blame us and make it seem like it's our fault and we didn't hold her accountable and we didn't push hard enough and we didn't do that. Y'all, I just feel like I don't know what more y'all wanted, some not y'all, but what more some people wanted from us at the end of the day. I mean, we were on a time limit. That's number one, because we wasn't trying to be there all night. We all had things to do afterwards. So it was like we were on a time limit, and we tried to cram as much as we could, and we tried to make it more of a conversation. So it was kind of like, okay, let's see what all we could do. We started it off. We said we ain't gonna keep it just we ain't gonna make it about nothing but mess. We're gonna try to start it off with a little bit of positivity and then get towards the end of it. You feel what I'm saying? With what everybody wants to know. And that's what we did. And I'm not responsible for somebody else's actions. I asked the questions that the people wanted us to ask, and I did my due deals with this interview. I can't be held accountable. None of us can be held accountable for the way that somebody answered the question. And let's be honest, the last time that Roast and Review did an interview, we did it with Mark Scott. And when I handled the interview that way, I was the one that got ate up about the way I handled the interview. So moving on, we get into Roast and Review because when we interviewed Mark Scott, that was like 3 years ago now. So that was our last interview as Roast and Review. So now that Roast and Review was doing so well this time around, and we was like, everybody's tuning in for our Bill Collector show, whatever. Because even so, Gucci was watching, Letitia was watching. I know she watching now because she don't know why I don't like her when she should know. But Letitia was watching, Tambra was watching. They were all watching. They was all aware. That's the things y'all don't know. Most of that cast was watching. Like real talk, they know exactly how we feel about them. They were watching. So because we were getting so many hits this time around for doing Roast Review, we was like, we want to do interviews from people off the show. So we chose to, get with Latrice because she was the one that was getting ate up the most, and that would be the easiest one for me to get. So I went to her and I talked to her about it, and she was fine with it, and that's what happened. And so um at the end of the day, I like I said, I was frustrated at the end of the interview. And it didn't really have anything to do with the comments, but it kind of did at the same time. Because like I said, when I handled the Mark Scott interview the way that I did, I got drugged for it when I thought I was doing the right thing by calling him out, holding him accountable, holding his feet to the fire, whatever. I got called out for that, got called unprofessional, all that other shit, right? Okay. So then when we decided to do, and I've done interviews since then, since the Mark Scott one, I've done interviews since then. And I chose to handle it a different way, more polished. So when we did roast review, we tried to handle it. I tried to handle it differently and just ask her the questions and just try to push for an answer. But if they don't answer, then it is what it is. We're gonna move on. I'm not gonna be spending all night on one thing. And that's exactly what I did. So, people felt like we didn't push enough, we didn't do enough. But I will say, for the most part, the general consensus is that it was a good interview. So I do appreciate everybody that watched the interview. I appreciate everybody that watched the interview. But I will say that I was very disappointed in the way that it happened because of what she chose, of how she chose to move. I'm not gonna lie, because I gone on to tell you, we did talk after this interview, and I was looking at Chef Dun Dun's comments, and some Chef Dun Dun was like, um, he even said that she didn't look too good in this interview. The interview didn't do any favors for her, and they was like, well, why he didn't say it to her while she was on the camera? Well, if you must know, after the interview was over with, um me and her talked, and I told her, I said, this don't look good for you. You didn't take no accountability. It don't look good for you. Like, if anything, you dug a bigger hole for yourself. That's exactly what I told her after the interview was over. After we got off air and she called me, she asked me how did I think it went. I said it was a shit show. It was a shit show. This interview didn't do you no wonders. It didn't do anything for you. It was a shit show. That's exactly what I said. So for those of you that's saying, uh that's Scotty knew she wasn't gonna own it. They friends. They went to school together. He knew she wasn't gonna take no accountability. I can't predict what a person's actions is gonna be. Cause here's the thing, I take accountability for everything that I do. You know what I mean? And so y'all gotta pick what y'all want from us. Cause 1 minute, thank you, DB. It's like I don't know why people were I guess we were really being really we were clocking her for the inconsistencies. We definitely did, because there was a lot of it, and I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. It was a lot of shit that I didn't understand. Like, I was confused by a lot of the shit that she was saying, and I just felt like, do you not know what you're saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, even with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was confused by a whole lot of what she said, and it showed in my face. Y'all know that now. Y'all know that I cannot have my facial expressions for nothing in the world. Y'all know that. So y'all could tell I was over it. I was ready to get the fuck off air, and I was ready to get the hell on because I was irritated. So like towards the middle of the interview, I was irritated. I was over it. I was like, we need to hurry up and end this. Like, I'm just saying, let's get through these questions so we can get the fuck out of here. Like, let's go. I was over it. Um, but yeah, it was a lot that I didn't agree with. But uh needless to say, that's still my homie. That ain't gonna change. But you know, she didn't take what we were trying to give her, and it isn't, and that's just what it is. So if you say that if any of you say, Scotty, you look like you was over it, bitch, I was. Bitch, I was over it. Like, I was over it, honey. I promise you I was over it, child. I was over it. I was over it. I was done. And she know how I feel. That's why I'm on here talking about it now. She know exactly how I feel. She know how I feel. I was disappointed. She know. That's the thing. I think people be getting me fucked up with other people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she my girl and all, but y'all gotta understand, I knew her before this show. So I don't give a fuck about at the end of the day, this is a job to me. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna shit on her completely because I already knew her. Like she was punking before y'all knew her as Latrice on this show. So I already knew her before this show even came along. So I'm not gonna switch up on her just because she did some fuck shit on the show. Like I do my job. I'm gonna call it as I see it every single time, and she know it. She know I gotta do my job. She know I gotta call her ass out. She already know that. But I'm not gonna flip on her for a bunch of people that don't even know me or her, for the sake of it. I knew her before the show. So let me see. But just as much as I defended her a lot, I let her know, girl, you look crazy. You look crazy right now. I told her that too. I told her that over the phone. But I wasn't finna get on here and I wasn't finna dog her. That's just like, but I don't do that with any of the people that we bring on. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't do that with none of them. Even with Mark Scott, when we interview him, I didn't disrespect him, but what you not gonna do is disrespect Josiah. We ain't doing that. You're not finna yell at Josiah in this interview. That's really why I had hopped up and started yelling at him or whatever because he started yelling at JoJo. And I'm like, nah, nigga, that ain't finna happen. Like, at all. You know. Even with Miss Wanda, y'all know I drags Miss Wanda, baby, but I interview her and she know that I got a job to do. Is Sophia next? I actually hit her up last night. I don't think she's seen my message yet, though. And you didn't slip and call Miss Wanda Dottie. Exactly. You a day one friend, Scotty. You drag every one of your reviews, no matter what show it is. Exactly. Because that's another thing that people were saying. Like, my tone is different when I speak on Akeisha than when I speak on Latrice, and I had to make it clear that it is gonna be different. I don't know Akeisha from Jack from Jingles. Latrice is my friend, so of course it's gonna be different. Would you reach out to Akeisha? I don't know how. I remember trying to reach out to her first season and I couldn't get to her because I don't think because I tried because she didn't have an email listed and I couldn't DM her. So I don't know how to reach out to her now. Tambra I can because Tambra me and Tambra follow each other. So Sophia would mess with you. You already picked sides. Then like the double back just to be neutral. If she's your friend, right? Reach out to her. Ren, I don't know who you are, and I ain't never seen you in my chat, but Sophia knows exactly who I am. Sophia is cool with me as well. I'm cool with her daughter. I ain't got no ball in that damn fight. Like, what do you mean Sophia wouldn't mess with me? She interviewed with me before. The fuck? Who are you? Now you know Maria ain't coming over here. Sophia seems like a good sport. Her and his friends seem decent. Yeah, Sophia was right. Hell, Sophia was right there in the interview. Sophia was watching the interview. Sophia was in the comments. Hell, Sophia be watching Roast and Review. She was in the comments when we was on T's page one week doing it. Like she watches, she understands. Like, I don't know who that person was, but Sophia follows me on social media and all of that. So we good. It's easy to criticize behind a keyboard. If you feel that strongly, create your own platform, request an interview, and do it your way on your channel. It's free 99 to create a YouTube channel. Exactly. Do you know if DC coming back? I heard it was, but I'm not sure. She definitely be supporting. Exactly. Would you interview running back Letitia? Never again. I would never interview Letitia again. Ever again. Ever. You thought this interview was terrible to me. Honey, Letitia pissed me off all the way with that. Letitia pissed me off with that motherfucking interview. Like, for real. She really tried to play with me about that interview. Don't get me started on her. Ooh. What about Mel? I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to interviewing Mel at all. I'm not opposed. Cause this is a job for me. I don't know these muff. Let me see. I love for y'all to interview Selena. Selena follows me. Scotty, how come you didn't read my paid questions? Cause y'all was dragging. Y'all was dragging. You was dragging, baby. Let me see. Let me see. People have got to stop trying to boost YouTubers to attack people they're interviewing just because you don't like them. Exactly. Exactly my point. But all in all, y'all, I do appreciate the support. Cause most of the comments that are negative has nothing to do with us. A lot of people are dragging Latrice because she wasn't answering any questions. But a lot of the people say because first of all, shout out to Millie Chun, first of all, because she reached out to me today and she was basically letting me know that you know, you did a good job. It was not on you. You, T, Jojo, y'all did a good job and it was not on you. You can't make nobody answer no questions. And I needed to hear that because I think that I was more so the interview just didn't go the way that I wanted to. Like I really wanted to see the way that I envisioned the interview to go, it didn't go the way that I wanted to. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. Over here at Scotty by Nature TV headquarters, we believe in something called professionalism. Exactly. Would it have been different if it was pre-recorded? It probably would have been. Cause I was gonna ask the guys if they wanted to pre-record it. Cause that was one of the things that I thought about. You know, sometimes I feel like interviews need to be pre-recorded versus being live. Cause sometimes being live is a distraction. So that might be something this year that I may be putting in the back of my head is should I do interviews pre-recorded versus live? Cause I don't want to be distracted by no comments or nothing. But I think she still would have danced around the answers. I think so too. Now, I ain't gonna lie, that phone going off was getting on my goddamn nerves. I ain't gonna lie. I just ignored it. Cause it was getting on my nerves. Girl, I was like, girl, what the fuck? Scotty y'all treated her very well for all she had going on. I mean, yeah, like she's a guest. She didn't have to be here. She was a guest. So we're gonna treat her with respect. But but everything I'm saying to y'all, trust me, I said it to her. She know exactly how I feel about this shit. She knows how disappointed I am, and she knows how I feel about that interview. She knows. Off topic but on topic. After years of consistently reviewing the show, it's long overdue for a few love and hip hop interviews, past and present. Feisty, let me tell you, I was like when me and Jamar was talking about revamping the prelude at one point in time, right? Because we was only interviewing web reality stars, but then when we interviewed Candy, we was like, bitch, if we can interview Candy, then we can interview anybody. So we was talking about interviewing old, past and present love and hip hop people. We were talking about interviewing Bad Girls Club cast members from back in the day. We was talking about all of that. And I remember like going to try to interview. I'm gonna tell you, the first person that I tried to reach out to was Tierra Marie. I was going to everybody's like Instagram page looking for email addresses, and I emailed Tierra Marie's people. That was like 2 years ago when I tried to interview Tierra Marie. That was the first one I wanted, and it didn't happen. Nobody responded. Nobody did anything. So I just gave up on the whole notion. But uh, but now that you say that, we're doing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta now. We're interviewing well, not interviewing, we're reviewing Love and Hip Hop now. And I'm gonna tell you, one of the girls from Love and Hip Hop Miami actually hits me up quite a bit. Um and she wants to do an interview, but I'm gonna wait for her. Let me see. I wish you had a show, Scotty, UT and JoJo, because that would be hilarious. But because yeah, y'all be reading people down and give great advice. I could watch all day. Thank you. Arian is a good one because I actually liked Arian, but a lot of people did not like her. And Pearson had the nerve to be late, like she really had something to do. Harold, when I tell you, every time I think about that night I interviewed Letitia, that was a waste of my motherfucking time. That was a waste of my motherfucking time. I could have had cable instead of interviewing her. Let me see. They ain't doing ish. You should go for it. Lil Zane ain't busy. DJ Tracy ain't busy. BBOD ain't busy. And then BBOD had a big falling out and it played. I didn't even know that. You did a good job yesterday. It's not your fault she chose to get up there and flat out lie and distract. If Amtrak asked for an interview, would you do it? Who is Amtrak? That was the first time watching you and all your friends. I only follow you, and it was a time with all y'all. Well, thank you, Fabulous Faces. I appreciate it, honey. But y'all, Coleslaw, oh God. First of all, Coleslaw would never interview with me. I don't see her doing it. I dragged her too much. Is the Letitia interview still up on your page? Yes. It's actually in the prelude playlist. Y'all know the show that Jamar and I have when we interviewed all the web reality people. Um, our interviews with Candy is in there, Letitia is in there, Antoinette is in there, Miss Wanda's in there. All of the interviews that me and Jamar did on the prelude with, network TV people is in that playlist. It's in the prelude playlist. But I've been watching you since the beginning. Love you, little bro. Thank you. I can't believe y'all called that girl Amtrak. I cannot. But y'all, that's pretty much all that. Hold on, K Michelle would be my dream interview for you. And oh, that is the main person. Oh my God. Do y'all know how hard I've been trying to interview K Michelle? I've been trying to reach out to people for a minute now, trying to interview K Michelle. Okay, let me tell y'all this, because I'm finna get off of here. Because I need to be going to sleep because I gotta go to work in the morning at 4 in the morning, by the way. But look, the main I said my picks for interviews that I really, really want to do. I want to do K Michelle, I want to do Glorilla, and I want to do Megan Thee Stallion. The sky is the limit. And do like a lot of former reality shows. Like for instance, just like Too Feisty just brought up Monifa from R&B Divas, I would love to interview a lot of them. Oh yeah, and Tevin Campbell, off the charts, especially since I'm doing more music content this year, which is about to start in February or March. Because a lot of these shows about to end, like Love Mary Transville finna end, Bill Collective is done. So that's giving me an extra 2 days to put my music content and stuff together. So yes, honey. So I want to do all that. I would love to see you interview Rashida. Baby, bye. That interview gonna turn disrespectful. It's gonna turn disrespectful. Somebody at you know what? Somebody asked me to do a story time about how I got my teeth done, why I wanted to get my teeth done and all that. And I think I might get it to y'all tomorrow night. I think I might do a story time about my dental journey and stuff. But honestly, y'all, K Michelle, Tevin Campbell, Glorilla, Meg The Stallion, and many other reality stars, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna stop doing. I'm gonna stop underestimating myself, and I'm gonna really, really step out there and really go for what I want. And that's why I was doing the shit that I'm doing this year. Cause this is like I said, this is year. What comment unapologetic? Cause I didn't see it. Um, let me see. Um, uh, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Because this is year 15, I'm gonna step out and do a lot of stuff that I want to do. That was one of the reasons why I did sign up for chasing. That was one of the things that one of the reasons why I did that. That was one of the reasons why I am working on getting one of my books out there. Um, Doing my music content this year and all this other stuff. Like I am going to step out and do a lot that I want to do. That's the only one thing. Only thing people can say is no if I'm trying to interview them. So why not? So um, now Mary J. Blige would definitely be at the top of my list. Okay, the top of my list. Okay, but y'all let me go. I'm gonna get the hell out of here because I know I need to go to bed. But thank y'all for Dr. Heavily did tell you push the book. Absolutely. I'm working on that right now. I was just texting the publisher just the other day, as a matter. Just tonight. Actually, I just sent her my manuscript tonight. But I'm about to go. I'm gonna get up out of here. And I'll do some content for you guys tomorrow because Bell Collective Bell Collective is done. So I may give y'all a story time tomorrow, or depending on what's going on, I may give you guys a yes for the mess. But thank you guys. It was 200 of y'all up in here. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.